Welcome to Truebit's YouTube channel. My name is Jason Teutsch. I'm the founder of Truebit and am pleased to welcome the Foodchain team to our demo this morning.
Thank you very much, Jason. I'm glad to be here with all of you. And I'm Davide Costa. I'm the founder of Foodchain and also co-founder of the Quadrans Foundation. I'm here today to briefly introduce the Foodchain distributed application, which is an application that aims to provide supply chain transparency and traceability. So basically, the application was born for in order to have more information about the products, about the food, but not only because in the last few years we worked a lot in different industries, and today we will show an example of, for example, energy consumption that has been tracked and traced with the Foodchain distributed application. And I just share my screen to show you briefly what I'm talking about. So basically, I'm talking about an application that works with IPFS and smart contract running on the Quadrans blockchain. This is a simple overview of an energy production, a thermal energy production, in which a company use the technology to provide the transparency. So how the wood has been burnt to produce energy. So the processing, so the places, everything is transparent, immutable, and has been publicly available thanks to this very simple web interface that can be a QR code or something else. We have also the certification here, which is the PFC, which is a very important organization that provided us this demonstration. And today we are working on a simple, very simple Truebit task in order to show the potential of the Truebit application. For example, in this very simple case, to validate the company that is using the Foodchain distributed application, which is Greenwood Energy. But later on, we will show how this very simple concept can be extended to the on-chain verification of some of the execution of some algorithm that can be a killer application in the blockchain industry. So thank you very much again to having me here, and let's start.
Okay, thanks for the invitation, Jason. I'm a colleague of Davide, co-founder of Foodchain, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer of the company. Today, I will show you a very simple task, as Davide told before, where we are parsing on the Truebit machine, we are parsing the merchant data stored on IPFS, and we are validating the model of this data. Basically, we are searching in this JSON the merchant name and show the merchant name. This is a very simple example of how validation could work, and also an extension of this could be the interoperability of standards between standards. So we can use Truebit to get information from one standard and make a distributed application in order to have the same data validated for another standard, maybe for another country, and so on. Now I'm sharing my screen so we can.
So Fabio, if you want to go ahead and share your screen.
Yeah, sure. I will show my screen with the Truebit task. Just give me a second. And here we are. This is these are 4 terminal. Now I'm submitting the task. It's a simple task made in C language. The task is called parser.json. And now my task giver is submitting the data to the Truebit file system in order to find some solver and verifier around the world. It could be possible since it's on testing environment that my own verifier and my own solver could be selected to solve the task. This is starting of the execution, and I'm compiling my WASM WebAssembly code in order to store the code, the execution code on IPFS. Oh, it's
Do you
working.
want to tell us a little bit about what this task is doing and maybe why
Yeah,
it's important for the application?
This simple task is actually fetching a JSON file with all the merchant information shown by Davide before, and it's validating the input and searching the merchant name inside the JSON file as an example of validation of the whole JSON. This task obviously could be extended in several ways, not only for validation, but also for transferring the information to another standard, maybe for a government or another company. And this is made totally in a distributed way using the Truebit machine.
Could you show us an example of what this JSON file looks like so we can understand what the content is? I presume the merchant name is probably one of the elements in that JSON file, but probably you have some other stuff in there as well.
Yeah, of course, I can show you a simple JSON file. Just give me a minute. I'm taking the file and I will show you right now. The JSON file contains several information about the company, obviously not only the name, but also it shows the company address and company certification and so on. I'm beautifying the JSON for you since it's minified and it's not so good. Okay, I'm sharing.
Minified, I like that word.
I'm sharing the screen again. Here you are. We have the address. This is an Italian company, so you can see the country code, the formatted address, latitude and longitude, and so on. We have a brief description and also the email address. We have some files attached as a certification of the company. Files are stored, could be stored both on IPFS or on a local file system. It depends.
Yeah, maybe Fabio, you can go up and show one of
Yeah.
the most important things, which are the extra information about the PFC chain of custody. This is very important because, yeah, just over there, the extra.
Yeah. Here.
This is very important because it's for PFC certification, the company must provide those kind of information. So this could be another example of the usage. So today we are showing how to validate the merchant name, but in a real case scenario, those kind of information are the most important one. For example, we need to be sure that those three fields into the JSON are present and maybe have certain values. So This is the why we are using Truebit in Foodchain.
Actually, just to complete the brief introduction, we are trying to search this field. So
you want to verify that the merchant
the
name
merchant
field
name
is
is
in
present.
this JSON file.
Yeah.
And can you tell us why that is important, why you would want to go to the trouble of doing this in a publicly verifiable way, just in the context of the Foodchain application?
It's mandatory for our application to have some public information. In this example, the name, or as Davide told before, the certification about PFC. So in this way, we can have a distributed way to verify the information we are putting inside our traceability app, and also inside our smart contract. This is, in our opinion, the best way to achieve our job and our mission, and to demonstrate that we are totally transparent and obviously public and distributed.
And I guess who would be creating a file like this, and who would be, I guess, processing it or reading this parsing downstream?
Yes, maybe it's something that can be accomplished by a machine learning algorithm in an automatic way. So we are working, for example, with PFC in this example, that is really interested in understanding and using this kind of application, since this will simplify a lot their job of verifying data. Another example could be the wood that I have shown in the previous example. Imagine to catch an publicly available satellite image of the forest, and then, thanks to a machine learning algorithm, understand how much wood can be produced by this forest. This kind of algorithm can be run as a Truebit task. So it's something that we are experimenting, we are using with our customer, and it will be more and more important in the future.
How does PFC do the verification today, given that this is a new tool for them?
The chain of custody is made on the paper at the moment. So we are providing the tools of digital tools, basically, first of all, and then we are providing them transparency and immutability thanks to the blockchain. With Truebit, we are going further. So we are providing also on-chain verification of the algorithm that they could run to guarantee some data, to have some guarantees about what they are certifying.
So this file is not produced by PFC. They are just
No, this is produced by the company. This is produced by the company and maybe verified by PFC.
Yeah.
And so I guess the hope is that some of these elements would be able to be automated without having to go through the paperwork of PFC. If you had a series of these, I guess, steps in which you saw the JSON being created, and then you pulled out the data that you wanted. Okay, this is indeed the merchant we were interested in looking for. So it's very interesting.
Exactly.
Sorry, and
yeah. Also,
sorry for the
on the side of interoperability between different systems, like European one or North American one, and so on, this could be a killer application, because with a simple Truebit task, we can validate between standards.
Yeah, and translate between standards,
yeah.
Of course. We are talking about ontologies, so a way to describe a product. So it's
of course,
it's something that is very important for our application.
So for folks who aren't familiar with ontologies, this is a formal syntax for basically a dictionary, a standardized dictionary, a way of talking about food objects, food processes, and so right, once you have things that are in a formal language, then of course the computer can become a much more useful tool. So, and of course, yes, getting it into the ontology. Let's go back and check on the task. So I'm sorry we made a digression a bit longer than I expected, but
well, it's good to explain all the things. Now I'm showing again my task screen. Here we are. Okay. Now we can see that the task goes on. So a solver was selected, and verifier ended the verifying period. He revealed the challenge intent. So now we are waiting for the matching between verifier and solver.
I'm just trying to get myself oriented here. The top left corner is your solver.
It's my solver. On the top right, it's a verifier. And on the bottom left is the task submitter.
And the bottom right is for emergencies, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. The transaction didn't go through.
Well, this could happen. Maybe we can just wait because maybe I didn't get the receipt of the transaction in time due to the syncing of the Goerli Ethereum node. Actually, I think since I get the jackpot, and it's good, I think the transaction was successful. It was just
testnet noise.
A timeout on the receipt.
All right.
Okay, the solver revealed the solution. So, and it uploaded the output on IPFS. So now I think it's almost end. Okay, I get my solution. I'm copying the IPFS of the solution. And now on the service terminal, I will go to IPFS cat with the hash of the solution. Okay, we have now after the EPFS cat of the EPFS hash returned by the solver, we can see that the merchant name contained inside the JSON file is Greenwood Energia, as expected. So we can say that the validation was successful in this example.
Perfect. And I guess you can see if you look in the upper right-hand corner, when the verifier originally downloaded the task files, you can see output.data had size 0. And then ultimately the solver in the upper left uploaded a new file called output.data, which was the output file that was then downloaded by the task giver. So it was processed and I guess certified by multiple parties in this. So obviously that's the whole point. I mean, you could have parsed the JSON file locally on your laptop, as we know. So this is a special kind of certificate for the processing of the data.
Yeah, I will. I sent the output data, as you told, empty, and I get the result that is 41 bytes, and I was able to cut on IPFS my result that it's let's say, the expected result of this task. So challenge solver and verifier were both reached both the same solution, and Truebit machine finalized the task successfully, giving me back the correct answer. Also, since it's a demo, it was also the expected one, let's say.
Right. All right. Well, I thank you guys for taking the time to do this with us today. I would welcome folks to follow us on social media, including Twitter and YouTube for future content. And please check out the social media for Foodchain. And I see Davide wearing a Quadrans t-shirt. So it's we have, if you want to share any links here on the end of this video, feel free to, yeah, tell us where we can find out more.